Dad is indeed very blessed, and I think it is most deserving after all his hard work. So that's a little emotional there, and I do pray and ask that Bhagwan continue to bless him. So thank all of you for being here and to join with us. We will listen to Baljit before we go to Vyas for tonight. From tomorrow night we'll have much more.
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम राम राम।
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्री राम 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 श्री राम राम
नमस्तुते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे उल्लारविन्दयन भद्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारत तैलपूर्ण प्रज्वालितो मया प्रदीप। प्रेम से बोलिए व्यास भगवान की। Devotees, just before I let Vyaasji take his microphone, like Doug says, it has been a great desire a long time to have our Vyaasji, Pandit Rishi Ramji, do Katha for us, and today we are indeed very blessed. to perform Ramayan Katha. So I asked Dad for a little while, Dad, what would you like to have? Bhagavad, Ramayan, or whatever you would choose to have. And he says, oh, Ramayan. And I kind of like twitch it a little bit, hoping that it would be Bhagavad. He says, no, Ramayan. And that's it, that seals it. Dad is a great lover of Ramcharitamanas. And from since a little child, you know, he loved to listen to Sri Ram Katha. He loved to tell Sri Ram Katha. And today that beautiful moment has come. And like I said, Pandit Rishi Ram is well chosen and has been chosen quite a long time. And today we are blessed to have him officiating for us. Pandit Ganesh ji just said, and Pandit Rishi Ram is one of the most brilliant Pandits among us. And he's read a lot, he's been around, and Pandit ji spent many years teaching the Pandits in New York, Ramcharitamanas. So he's a scholar in that sense, and today we're just very honored to have Pandit Rishi Ramji read for us Sri Ramcharitamanas. So Panditji, once again, Namastute Vyasa Vishal Buddhe Pullar Vinde Yadabhatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Pulla Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipah. May Vyasa Bhagwan preside with you. Friends, Vyasa Bhagwan and teachers.
बोलिए सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। Respected Panditjis, Shrotagan, dear sisters and brothers, please join with me in Prarthana. Vardhanam Sanghanam Rasanam Chandasamapi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Vishwasarupino Yabhyam vinana pashyanti siddha swantastamishwaram Vande bodhamayam nityam gurum shankara rupinam Yamashrito hi vakroti chandra sarvatra vandyate Sitaram gunagrama punyaranya viharino Vande Vishuddha Vijnano Kavishwara Kapishwaro Udbhavastiti Sanharikarinim Kleshaharinim Sarvashreyaskarim Sitam Natoham Ramavallabham Yanamaya Vashavartim Vishwamakilam Brahmadideva Sura Yat Satvadam Rishaiva Bhati Sakalam Rajau Yatha Hera Brahmaha Yatapadam Tambe Kamevahi Bhavam Bodhe Stitirishawatam Vandeham Tamashesha Karana Param Ramakyanisham Harim Nana Purana Nigamagam Sammatam Ramayane Nigaritam Kvachiranyatopi Swanta Sukhaya Tulsi Raghunatha Gatha Bhasha Nibandham अतिमञ्जुलमातनोति अतिमञ्जुलम् आतनोति कि श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारे बरनहु रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फल चारि कि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरहु पवन कुमारी बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार सिया वर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम प्रभु उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय शरणम प्रभु। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। भगवान श्री गणेश जी का स्मरण करते हुए और वाणी श्री सरस्वती का भी स्मरण करते हुए हम इस पवित्र रामचरितमानस यज्ञ का शुभ आरंभ कर रहे हैं। भगवान की असीमित कृपा से हम लोगों पुनः एक बार फिर इस अत्यंत सुंदर और पवित्र मंदिर में शामिल हुए हैं और एक ही लक्ष्य है और वह लक्ष्य भगवान का गुणगान करे, भगवान का स्मरण करे, भगवान को समर्पण करे। आइए मेरे साथ भगवान का नाम ले। Our most honorable यज्ञकर्ता पंडित जी बालजीत, our Pandwa Pandit Ji Ganesh, my dear friend, my dear colleague Pandit Yoganand, our young Pandits, Pandit Kanha, Pandit Devanand on the dholak here tonight, Pandit Arun, and all the way from New York, Pandit Ji Rudresh, and forgive me if there are any other Pandits that I don't know about who are here. I'm so happy that you are here to join us. How wonderful it is to have your sister, your children, and your grandchildren sit with you when you decide that you want to hear Ram Katha. This family is very blessed indeed. That true wealth, true happiness and true joy is not how much you deposit in a bank somewhere. But your true wealth and your true joy is when you are surrounded with love and happiness. And when your children, there is a blessing that says, Bahuputra Labham, that one is blessed not necessarily with many sons, but with the love that many sons and daughters and children can give you. And so Pandit Ji Baljit Ji, I would like to tell you that today you are the most fortunate man on earth to live to this age, to celebrate your birthday, and to have your children, your grandchildren, and your extended family surrounding you and fulfilling your desire to hear Ram Katha. I would like everybody to give a big round of applause for Pandit Ji Baljit and for this wonderful family. This jug here, I'm going to read mainly for Pandit Ji Baljit. And Some of the kathas I'm going to read here in this jag, only the older Pandits would read it. So in this jag, tonight I will read a little bit about Bhagwan coming and how important Bhagwan's mother is to him. Because Panditji, your mother is very, very important to you, not just to you. But I know this very much firsthand, that when you took the leap of faith together with your Dharampatni to come to this part of the world, you chose nobody else but your mother to put in charge of your family. Right, Pandit Yogaji? And when you came here with your wealth of knowledge in Panditai and all of that, it was my Aji very skillfully, right, Lalo? I'm not talking anything that I don't know about. Who skillfully passed on the values of culture and religion and our tested values of love and service to community to her grandchildren with so much love, dedication and care. And because I was a friend of Pandit Yoganandji, because of that, I was so lucky to get to know your mother and to know of her unending love and goodness and kindness. And with all of that, her strength of character, how strong she was, and how she used to get a lot of things done with a smile on her face. She just had to smile at these children. And all the work in the house was gonna get done. She didn't have, I don't know if she used to yell or not. She never did so in my presence. Always a smile. And today, before I go on to the pages of Ramcharitmanas, to the feet of Sri Ram, we'll sing, every night we will sing, Bhajaman Ram Charan Sukadai. We'll tell our minds, Man, hey mere man, oh my mind. Ram Charan ko bhaj. Worship Ram's feet. Glorify Sri Ram's feet. Because in his feet, Sukadai is the greatest happiness and joy in this world. Bhajaman Ram Charan Sukadai. Bhajaman Ram Charan Sukadai. Bhajaman Ram Charan Sukadai. Bhajaman Ram Charan Sukadai. Ram Charan Sukadai. Bhajaman 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 Ram Charan जिन चरणन से निकसी सूर सरी शंकर जटा समाई जिन चरणन से निकसी सूर सरी शंकर जटा समाई जिन चरणन से निकसी सूर सरी शंकर जटा समाई जटा शंकरी नाम पढ़ो है जटा शंकरी नाम पड़ो है त्रिभुवन तारन आई।
भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई, भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई,
भज मन राम सोई चरण संतन जन सेवक सदा रहत सुखदाई।
सोई चरण संतन सदा सदाई।
सोई चरण संतन जन सेवक सदा रहत सुखदाई। सोई चरण गौतम ऋषि नारी,
सोई चरण गौतम ऋषि नारी,
परसि परम पद पाई।
भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई, भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई।
शिव संगादि और ब्रह्मादिक शेष सहस मुख गाई।
शिव संगादिक
शेष सहस
प्रसन्नाई।
शिव सनकादि अरु ब्रह्मादिक शेष सहस मुख गाई। तुलसीदास मारुत सुत प्रभु की, तुलसीदास मारुत सुत प्रभु की जय जय बड़ाई।
भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई, भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई।
राम चरण सुखदाई,
भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई, भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई। ओ भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई, भजो मन राम चरण सुखदाई।
प्रेम से बोलो सियापति रामचंद्र भगवान की। And this bhajan give away what I will read in this jug here. We'll read about Bhagwan Ram and his feet and his glories. We'll talk about Ganga Ji also in this yag. It's a long time. I never read it. I hear Pandit Yoga read it a long time. How Ganga Ji came from the heavenly regions on this earth. And the sacrifice that one family made to bring Ganga Ji down. And how one member of that family became a devotee of Lord Shiva. And how Lord Shiva wrapped Ganga Ji in his jata and played with Ganga Mata, so to say. Because you know, when someone gets married, you know, in our tradition, the David is taken inside the house. Isn't it so? And the sister-in-laws, them, you know, all the Salis, the bride sisters, that they become pagwa for him. They throw abir and powder on their David and they have fun with so much love and so much respect. Now I found out that Ganga Ma is the sister of Parvati. But she didn't get a chance to play with her David. So when she came from the heavens, you know, and Gangaji dropped into the jata of Lord Shiva. She started playing with him, and the two of them fulfilled that fun, that frolic that she missed. And so Shankara Jata Samai, Jata Shankari, he is known as Jata Shankari. And it is the same Bhagwan Shri Ram we will talk about. You know how his feet redeemed the Hilya. And it is the same Bhagwan we will also talk about in this jug. How the saints and sages prayed to him. And how he went to Janakpur. Those of you who know Ramayan, you will know that I'm not going away from Balkan in this jug. I'm not going to just Balkan. The first book of the 7 books of Ramayan. Because I also found out recently that when people in Bihar give their children the name Baljit, it means that their mind, their entire being is wrapped around Balkand, और बालकांड ने उसके मन को जीत लिया. बालकांड ने उस बच्चे का मन जीत लिया. The story, the Leela of Balkand has won the heart of that person. So in this jug, this is what we are going to focus on. Balkand. And it is said that even if one kand of this Ramayan has won your heart, you are eligible for Ramcharan Sukhadai. You're eligible to gain the grace, the mercy, the love, the happiness, the joy of the blessings of Shri Ram. So today, we will examine a couple words here from their Ramayan before I go on to chant a chand, which all of you know. Bhai Pragata Kripala Dina Dayala Kausalya Hitakari. In this chant, there are some words that I would like to go over with you all first. Just like in our class, right, Panditji? The first word I'd like to tell you about is Pragat. Bhaye, say it. Bhaye, what's the next word? Pragat. Pragat is the first word I'd like to talk about. Goswami Tulsidas put that word there, Bhaye Pragat. And every Ram Navami, we all sing this chant in our Mandir. Isn't it? And we celebrate Ram's coming. Goswami Tulsidas uses the word Pragat to tell us something very clear. That Bhagwan Shri Ram, he was not born like an ordinary person, but he appeared. Pragat. And what do we mean by appear? Appear means that something comes forth, isn't it? That something which was always there, it pops up in front of us. And the word Pragat is used to describe how Bhagwan himself comes into this world because he is Jagadishwar. He's everywhere. But when the right conditions happen, he just come up. Last time I was here for the last jug, I told you all I give many examples. But the example I like is like fire. Fire is everywhere, in all the wood, everything. But when the right conditions of temperature and so on is met, like when you take a match, you don't see any fire there. No fire is in the sulfur on the end of the match. Is there any fire there? No. There is no fire on the matchbox with sulfur on it. But when you take that match through a process of striking it against the matchbox, the match and the matchbox striking, with the right angle and everything being right, what happens? Fire flames forth, and you get fire on the matchstick. I hope you all know how to light matches, right? I don't see any children here who are not allowed to do that. But that's what happened. And so Tulsidas says, Bhai Pragata Kripala, Bhagwan appears. He appears when the right conditions are met and when the right processes are engaged in. When we engage ourselves in the right process, Bhagwan appears. Then the next word I would like to mention to you all, there is a word called Adbhut. Adbhut means special. And Goswami Tulsidas says, Adbhuta Roop Nihari. The mother looked at Bhagwan Ram's very special form. And it is described here, his special form. The other word I'd like to point out is Karari. Bhagwan is described as the one who is the enemy of harshness. In Ramayan, there's a Rakshas by the name of Kar. Remember the story? You all know Ramayan, right? Kar and Dushan. Dushan means pollution, dirtiness, uncleanliness. And Kar means when something really, really harsh. He is the enemy of harshness. When the heart is hard, when the heart does not melt, when a person is so filled of ego that he loses softness and beauty from inside. That is what Bhagwan doesn't like. And Bhagwan is described as Karari. And then he's called Ananta. In the chant, Kahadui karajori astutitori kehi bidikaro ananta. Ananta means unending, without beginning, without end. And these are the words that I'd like to point out to you all. And when you sing this chant with me tonight, when you hear those words, try to think about the meaning of those words too. So let us all sing Bhagwan Ram.
Deen Dayala,
Everybody.
Kaushalya Hitakari, Kripala, Deen Dayala, Kaushalya Hitakari.
Muni Manhari, Adbhuta Roop Nihari,
Lochan Abhirama, Kalugan Shama, Nij Ayudh Bhujchari, Bhushan Manmala, Nayan Vishala, Shubha Sindhu Kahari.
Kahadui kar jori,
Astuti tori, kai biti kaun ananta, ik amala, ved puran bananta.
Karuna Sukha
Sagar, shubha gunagar, Jai Gaur संता सोमहितलागी जन अनुरागी प्रगट भगत श्रीकंता भय प्रगट कृपाला दीन दयाला कौशल्या हितकारी ब्रह्मांड निकाया निर्मित माया रोम रोम प्रतिवेद करे मम सुर सोवासी उपवासी सुरन धीर मति तिर नारायण जब ज्ञाना प्रभु मुस्काना चरित बहुत कहीं कथा सुनाई मन पहुँचाई यही प्रकार स्वत प्रेम माला कौशल्या हितकारी माता कोई बोले सुमत डोले कजहु तक यह रूपा सुवचन सुजाना भोजन खाना कोई बालक सुरभूपा जय शिशुलीला प्रिय शीला यह सुख परम अनुपा यह चरित जो गाहि हरिपद पावहि ते नाम करहि भवभूपा भय प्रकट कृपाला दीन दयाला कौशल्या हितकारी कौशल्या हितकारी कौशल्या हितकारी.
Goswami Tulsidas describes Ram's coming on this earth. He says, Bhai Pragat Kripala, the all merciful Bhagwan. He appeared. He didn't appear out of nothing. He appeared out of his vast expansion of this universe. He just put his energies together and came up like this. Everybody thought that Kausalya was pregnant. But Bhagwan, he appeared before Kausalya. Who is Dina Dayala? Bhagwan Sri Ram is described as Dina Dayala, who feels very sorry for the meek, the humble, the poor. He is always compassionate to the poor. And here, Goswami Tulsidas tells us Kausalya Hitakari. Who's Kausalya? She's supposed to be the earthly mother of Sri Ram. For her sake, Bhagwan Sri Ram appeared in this world. For her sake. Mainly for her sake. Harishita Mahatari, she was very, very happy. Mahatari means Mata. Harishita Mahatari, Muni Manahari. And this Bhagwan who appears, the Munis. Munis mean people who have realized God without form. They know that they have connected themselves to that Nirgun, Nirakar Bhagwan. But when that Nirgun, Nirakar Bhagwan appears in this world, the very Munis who see God as Nirgun, Nirakar, Nirvikar Bhagwan, they become very, very, very pleased. Muni Manahari, because this is the form when Bhagwan appears, it steals their mind. The Munis know why Bhagwan is Manahari. When he appears, he is Manahari. When he doesn't appear, it's difficult for him. Very, very difficult for us, for him to captivate our mind. When you meditate upon Bhagwan who is Nirakar, Nirvikar, Nirgun. Our mind is not captivated, and therefore our mind does not become centered. But when Bhagwan takes form as Ram, as Krishna, our great sage and saints and sages say, Muni Manahari. Why? Because Adbhuta Roop, his form, when he takes a form, his form is very, very, very Adbhut, very special indeed. And it is the special form that Kausalya Mata, before anybody else, Kausalya Mata was able to feast her eyes. Nihari, she was able to feast her eyes on the form of Bhagwan Shri Ram. What kind of form? Tonight I want you to think about Bhagwan's form, just a few aspects of it. Lochan. Goswami Tulsidas first talk about the eyes. Lochana Abhirama. One of the first things about Bhagwan's beauty that Goswami Tulsidas talks about is that his eyes are captivating. Abhirama. The word Abhirama means attractive and captivates you. His eyes are captivating. What kind of body? After that, Bhagwan talks about his body. You know, long ago, sometime boy see girl, right, Kishore? One of the things they talk about, girl get nice eyes, you know. The next thing they look at is the complexion. Girl, fair skin. Or the girls will say, that eye too black. The next thing Goswami Tulsidas talks about after Bhagwan Ram's eyes, that the eyes are very captivating and attractive, is his complexion. Tanu Ghanashama, resembling the rain cloud. I think it was yesterday my Dharam Patni asked me, he said, look at that cloud, how beautiful it is. When you pass the clouds and you look at the blue, dark blue sky, you know what that blue color tells you? When you're flying in an aeroplane and you pass the white clouds, look up. You think the aeroplane can reach so you can touch the blue? The blue tells us of the infinite nature of the Lord. And so Tulsidas says, Tanu Ghanashama. And then Bhagwan also came, not like any ordinary baby. Nija Ayud, Bhujachari. He came with 4 arms. Bhujachari. And in each of his arms, Bhagwan had one of his special ayud. Ayud means weapons in his hand. So he had his Sudarshan Chakra. He had his Gada. And he had his arrows. Now he's coming as Ram, right? He has his arrows. And what else he had? His bow in his hand. This is according to Pandit Jwala Prasad. He didn't come with lotus flower this time. This time he came with his bow and his arrow. And Bhushana Banamala. And he came with his garment, his decoration. You know, sometimes when we go out, we like put on our little gold chain and all these things, galehar and thing. Bhagwan Ram came with his own galehar. What was his galehar? Bhushana Banamala. His bhushan was a garland, a special garland that he appeared before his mother with. A garland of wildflowers. But this was not a mala that reached halfway on the belly, you know. According to Pandit Jijwala Prasad, this mala past his knees. The garland that he came with, that he appeared with, past his knees. And this was not a mala that withered. You know, like we have this mala here today and tomorrow it's going to dry up. Next day, maybe 2 day, 3 day, going to stay somewhat fresh. Bhagwan Ram's garland that he came with never withered. Never ever withered. And then he talks about nayan again. He used 2 words for eyes. He says, Bhagwan, first he used the word lochan. Lochan means eyes. And then in the next line he says, Nayana Vishala. He said, listen, I forgot to tell you all something about Bhagwan Ram's eyes. That his eyes were really big. I tell you all a little secret, you know. When I saw my Dharmapatni first, you know, she said, where are you seeing me? I told her, I see you big eye. Nayana Vishala. Large eyes. Shobha Sindhu Kharari. He was veritably the ocean. Goswami Tulsidas. Look at the words here. Shobha Sindhu. You can't find words in English to match these, Pandit Rudresh. Kanha? English don't have words to match this. Arun, where are you? You gotta learn this. You gotta learn this language. Pandit Devanand. Goswami Tulsidas used these beautiful words to describe Bhagwan. You know what? When you read the English translation for this chant, you can, right, Bajilo Lake, you read the English, it's so dry. So dry, without any rust. Like if you get a mango and the mango, you bite into it and there is no juice. That's what happened when you read the English meaning. But when you read the words of Goswami Tulsidas in the Ramayan, each word, and you look at the beauty of poetry in the words, you will see Shobha Sindhu. His beauty, Goswami Tulsidas say, is like the ocean. Unfathomable. One would be so poor in language and words to describe the beauty of Bhagwan. Who saw Bhagwan's beauty? Mata Kausalya. And when she saw Bhagwan appear to her like this, what do you think she did? Run away? She clasped her hands. Kai dui kar jori. Sometimes Pandits would, at the end of puja, say, Hath jodo. So here Goswami Tulsidas. Kaha. Dui kar jori astuti tori kehi bidi karo ananta. Do her 2 kar hands. Jori. She jore her 2 hands. Like this. And she said these words. She said, Kehi bidi karo ananta. Kehi bidi astuti karo ananta. O Ananta! Remember I told you all, Ananta? How can I describe your stuti? How can I praise you? Because you are without beginning and without end. And that's the problem I have here in this jug. To talk and to describe about Sri Ram, whose descriptions are endless, whose glories are infinite. Kaha shuru, kaha khatam. Some ghazal get those words. Kaha shuru, kaha khatam. Where should I begin? And where should I end? Mata class for us and say, oh, how should I praise you, O Lord? Because you, O Lord, Maya Guna Gyana Tita Amana Ber Purana Bhananta. माया जो है ना, हे भगवान, माया जो सत रज तम तीनों गुण और ज्ञान से भिन्न. Oh Lord, you are different from Maya. And in this world, according to Vedanta, those who study Vedanta will know that Maya is what gives us something to create a description of another thing within Maya. It's what is called in Hindi Paryayvachi. You can describe something comparing it to something. But you, O Lord, you are beyond Sat, Raj, and Tam. And you know what else? Gyan Atit. You are beyond the conception of what is known as knowledge among humankind. You are beyond what human beings consider as knowledge. Knowledge, what we as human beings have, cannot be used as a tool to understand you, O Lord. Samjhe? Nahi samjhe. Some people think that by reading 1,000,000 books they will know about Bhagwan. That by reading the Vedas, the Purans, the Upanishads, that we're going to know about Bhagwan. Here the mother is saying, oh, Ram, for he didn't have his name yet. But hey, Bhagwan, there is nothing compared to you in this world. Because if we want to have knowledge of something, we will say, oh, this thing is like such and such thing. Supposing a guy and he's never know about grapes because they don't, not this kind of grapes. This grapes doesn't grow in Guyana. Right? You never see grapes. There is no such thing in Guyana. So you're going to tell the person, and the person never see it, never saw a picture of it. How the person going to get knowledge of this grape? So you're going to start using words. Well, you know, it looks like a dungs. But it not tastes like dungs. And you will go on and on and on. And when it's ripe, some of them green, and some of them look like Sendura mango, but it's not so big. And this is the problem. That poets, the problem that scholars, the problems of people who have experienced the Lord, they have with describing the Lord. Now Kausalya Mata sees Bhagwan in front of her. She get a problem though, to describe the Lord. And that is why she says, Maya Guna Gyanatit Amana Veda Purana Bhananta. The Vedas and Purans declare, Neti, Neti, you are not this. This grapes is not a dungs. It's not a sindura mango, right? A grape is a grape. Until you have experienced what a grape is, you will not know what it is, no matter how many books you read, right? No matter how many books you read, or don't mind how many teachers you would change. So Kausilya Mata says, Maya Guna Gyana Tita Mana Veda Puran Bananta Karuna Sukha Sagar Sabaguna Agar. O Lord, you are the ocean of mercy, and you are Gunasagar. You have all qualities within you. And Sabaguna Agar, O Lord, you are the one who possesses the best qualities of all. And the entire 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna talks about those qualities. What are the best qualities? He says, I am. He says, among luminaries. I am sun and moon. Among the Devas, I am Vishnu. Among the Rudras, I am Shankar. And so on, trying to tell Arjun who he is. And here Kausilya Mata is saying the same thing that the Vedas and Purans try to describe you. And in the end, how they describe you, Lord? They say, you are not this, you are not this, you are not this. By the process of negation, we get and come to an idea about who you are. Goswami Tulsidas writes, so mamahit talagi, but oh Lord. Kausilya sings, you have come for me. Mamahit talagi. Jana Anuragi, because of the love of your devotees. Now he's giving us an idea. How we can experience and get to know this God who appeared before Kausilya. That when we know that Bhagwan is for our hit, for our benefit. And Kausilya Mata indicates to us, Jana Anuragi. When Anurag, when Prem, when bhakti, when love, when devotion is there, what happens? Bhagwan himself gives us that experience of that bliss. And therefore I submit to all of you today that although Bhagwan is beyond the reaches of knowledge, and Bhagwan is beyond the reach of words, Bhagwan is certainly within the realm of experience. You know what I mean? We can experience Bhagwan. We can experience the Lord. That is what Kausilya Mata is telling us. Even though words, we can't encapsulate the Lord with words. Or knowledge cannot reach him. Knowledge and words and all these things, books of scripture, they're all like pointers. That's all they are. Arrows pointing. That is why in Hindu Dharma, the Sudarshan Chakra and the wheel is a great symbol. The spokes of the wheel points to the center. And all the different ways of yoga and all our different shastras and all the different words and concepts, all of them point to the Supreme. They just point to it. You got to reach the end. You got to take one of them and travel and reach the end. But then you got to decide to let go and move on your own. You got to have a leap of faith. And I submit that all of us do have that special blessing to have the experience of Shri Ram, to have the experience of Shri Krishna. It's like when you get the opportunity to sink your teeth into a grape. It is only then you will know what a grape is. You might hold it in your hand. You might read all about it in all the books. But unless you put this grape in your mouth, you will not truly know what a grape is. And it is the same thing with Bhagwan. Kausalya Mata tells us that he is within the realms of experience through experiential knowledge, by puja, by worship, by coming to satsang, by meditation, by constantly engaging our mind. We can experience that Bhagwan within us. But yet, it will be, even when we experience that Bhagwan within us, it will be difficult for us to express that experience and that feeling. It will be difficult for us to give that experience to others. I cannot truly tell you what this tastes like. I can tell you it tastes like grapes, right? But how you gonna know if you never taste grapes? You understand what I'm saying? So you have to make that leap. In life, Kausalya Mata tells, Brahmanda Nikaya Nirmita Maya. Oh Lord, by your Maya, you have created the entire galaxies of planets and universes. Kausalya Mata is talking. She's not a scientist, Chan. But here she's talking about planets and galaxies and universes. When you sing Ram Navami next time, and you sing this chant, Brahmanda Nikaya Nirmita Maya Roma Roma Pat Pratibeda Kahe. Bhagwan, you instructed your Maya to create all these universes. Many, many galaxies of planets. The Western world used to think there was only one galaxy. And when Tulsidas and people read about this, people say, what's wrong with them people? Now we know that there are many, many galaxies in this vast universe. The Mother Kausalya says, Roma Rom Pratibeda Kahe. And oh Lord, all these galaxies, they only fit in one pore of yourself. One pore. You know what a pore is? All the galaxies in the universe is only one pore. That is why NASA say, oh my God, the more we go, the more we see. The more powerful telescope we make, the bigger the universe we see. And here, Ramayan tells us that this universe, this Bhagwan, in whose pore are millions of universes, he is therefore called Anant. And then Kausalya Mata said, Mama Urasovasi, Yaupahasi, Sunatadir Matitiranarahe. To think, Kausalya Mata said, to think that you were in my womb. And many people think that Bhagwan Ram came out of the womb of Kausalya. Isn't that what we think sometimes? Many people think that way, that, Kausalya Mata was pregnant and then she gave birth to Ram. People say that. But here Kausalya Mata herself said. This is what Kausalya Mata herself said. Kausalya Mata says, Mama uraso vasi, yaha upahasi. To think that you are in my womb is a matter of great laughter. Upahas. It's a laughing matter to think that Bhagwan, you are in my womb. Sunata dhira mati tirana rahe. And when the wise hear about this, their mind, even though their mind is steady, when they hear about how Bhagwan appears and comes in this world, their mind becomes vigilant. They lose the composure of the mind. Kausalya kept on talking like this because she has experienced God Himself, if we can use that pronoun to describe God. Him. Kausalya Mata was describing the Lord in many, many ways. And Goswami Tulsidas, Upaja Jabagyana Prabhu Musukana. Bhagwan Ram realized that now she has the right knowledge. And Bhagwan smiled. And Bhagwan himself, he wanted to perform many, many leelas. Charita Bahuta Bidhikina Chahai. Out of his own desire, he wanted to perform many, many deeds and miracles. And then he gave that knowledge to Kausalya, that Kausalya will clasp her hands and say, Prabhu, kahi katha sunai, matu bujai, told Kausalya now everything. How she managed to become his mother, in quotations. And then Kausalya Mata asked Bhagwan that, oh Lord, give up this form, and take the form of a little child so that I can cuddle you, I can cradle you, I can care for you, oh Lord, and I can have this wonderful opportunity to at least fool myself that I am your mother. Goswami Tulsidas writes, Bhagwan, listening to the mother's prayer, immediately became a little child before our eyes. And Suni Bachana Sujana, Rodana Thana, listening to the words of the mother, Bhagwan Ram started crying loudly. He took the form of a little child and started crying loudly. Rodhan, the English version said Bhagwan started to cry. But in Hindi, Rodana Thana, compound verbs. The Thana means he started to cry really loud. Loud like no other child has cried before. And the crying of the child made Kausalya Mata experience a special joy in her heart. You imagine your child is born in the hospital, right? For the mothers. Fathers, you can't understand, I can't understand. But suppose your child is born, right, and you can't hear you're not hearing the child cry. You gonna be happy or sad? Let me ask the question. Your child is newborn, you have a newborn child, and the child isn't crying. You gonna be happy or sad? Sad. So Bhagwan said, ordinary child cry like this, to maybe so much decibels. I'm going to cry 100 times an ordinary child's decibels. Oh mother, because I want to give you, my ma, I want to give you, my mother, the greatest joy that any mother can have in this world. And so he cried loudly. And Goswami Tulsidas says, Yah charita je gavahi. He who sings, Yah charita je gavahi, Haripad pavahi, Tena parahi bhavakupa. You all must learn this chant by heart. Yeah, Goswami Tulsidas says, he who sings this charit, Yeh charita je gavahi, he who sings this charit, such a person gains the feet of Shri Ram. They get his pad. Pad doesn't only mean feet, Pandit Ji Yog. Pad means place. Pad means position. It also means feet. So whatever you consider to be realizing God, whatever you consider to be the greatest good in this world, a person who sings this chant, Goswami Tulsidas writes, he gets the parampad, he gets the feet of Shri Ram, he gets the abode of Shri Ram, he gets the lok of Shri Ram, he gets the sukh, anand of Shri Ram, he gets Shri Ram. And such a person, tena parahi bhavakupa, such a person does not fall back again in this coop, this earthly existence, this world of samsar, this world that we live in, which is filled mainly with sorrow. Believe me, the little bit joy that we have, only tiny. We are never gonna fall again into this well, so to say, of sorrow. Instead, we will gain the feet of Shri Ram. Dear friends, Bhagwan Shri Ram, he appeared like that to the mother. Then he continued. Later on, he showed the mother immediately his miracles. One day the mother, she was doing her puja like every mother does, and they do a lot of work. She did her puja, but before doing her puja, she took care of her responsibilities. She bathed Shri Ram, powder him up and give him nice clothing to wear, put him in his palana to sleep, and she gone to do her puja. And soon as she back turned, she saw Ram eating the parsad. You all hear that katha before. Mother said, I just put this boy in his crib. What is he doing here? She rushed back into the room. When she rushed into the room, Ram was in the crib. She rushed back. The mother mind was going all a way round. Then one day, according to Pandit Jwala Prasad Mishra, Pandit Jwala Prasad says, one day Bhagwan Ram, when he was a little boy, he saw a man dancing monkeys on the road. If you have gone to India, some of you have gone, I don't know if you're lucky to see the Bandariya outside, that he takes the monkeys and they make the monkeys dance and so on. Ram saw the monkeys and he started crying. And he cried so hard, the king wanted to know what was happening. And the king, he told Dashrath, he want that monkey. And then when Dashrath went and he spent good money, like my father would say, I spent good money to get the monkey, Bhagwan Ram still did not stop crying. Then Vashish tell him, Dashrath, go to Kishkinda, there is a monkey there that will make your boy stop crying. And so Dashrath ji sent his ministers to Kishkinda. And you know who they brought? Right, Pandit Ji? You all read this katha. This you don't normally hear. It's in Jwala Prasad's Ramcharitmanas. He brought the monkey. Hanuman ji took the size of a small monkey and he came to Ayodhya. And according to Valmiki ji, it was until Vishwamitra came and asked for Bhagwan Ram to go in the forest to protect his yagna. That is when Bhagwan Ram said, "Bye-bye, Hanumanji." But before that, Bhagwan Ram and his friends were flying kite. You all want to know where the kite came from? Not Europe. Bhagwan Ram was flying kite with his friends. And the kite caught. I'm sorry for the children in America. You all know when we say the kite caught, what we mean? What we mean, Rudresh? The string broke and the kite flew away. And it went to a very far place. They couldn't find it. And Shri Ram said, "Hanumanji, go get me my kite." And Hanumanji went. And there was a lady there holding on to the kite. He went into the jungle and he found the kite. But the lady found the kite before him and she was holding on to the kite. And that lady, she was the wife of Giant, the son of Indra. In Aranyakand, that katha comes up again. She held on to the kite. And she said to Hanuman, "If this kite is so beautiful, if this kite is so charming, what about the person who owns this kite? How beautiful, how wonderful he is. I want to see him. I'm not giving you this kite until you..." And she did not give Hanumanji the kite. Hanumanji went back to Ram. And Ram, the lady there in that forest, she doesn't want to give up your kite. Bhagwan Ram smiled and told Hanuman, "Go back and tell her, give me my kite, I will see you. You will get a chance to see me in Chitrakoot." When Hanuman went, told her that Bhagwan Ram promised that you will see him in Chitrakoot, she gave the kite very willingly and came back. And friends, in this way, in Bhagwan Bal Leela there are many, many kathas. Once a dog came and was barking in front of Ram and was trying to grab Bhagwan Ram's feet. He was trying to grab the feet of Ram to bite Bhagwan Ram. And Bhagwan Ram placed his hands, like how we pet the pet dogs. Bhagwan Ram placed his hand on the dog's head. And the dog turned into a celestial being and spoke to Shri Ram. He said, "In my previous life I was a king. But I never bowed my head. I never bowed my head, and therefore Narad Muni, he became angry with me and he said, 'Listen, turn into a dog.' And I became a dog. But he also told me, he says, 'One day, when you learn to bow, when you learn to submit yourself, you will be redeemed.' And he says, 'My Lord, I have learned to bow my head in humble submission, and you have redeemed me.'" Dear friends, Bhagwan Ram from childhood performed many miracles. During his childhood, he showed his mother his wonderful Adbhuta Roop, his special form. He blessed the mother, then he showed her back again another miracle in the puja room. And he showed his friends and his brothers, Bharat, Lakshman, Shatrughan, many wonders and miracles. And this is the difference between an avatar, when Bhagwan descends यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानाय धर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजामि aham. Out of his own will, when he creates a body for him, a divine body to enjoy, and he comes in this world, he doesn't have to wait on a special time. Immediately he starts to show his glory. And this is the difference between Bhagwan and perhaps a saint, maybe a prophet, who have to wait until they become enlightened, who have to wait for a long time. But Bhagwan, when he comes in this world, he immediately shows his leela and begins to perform wonderful acts in this world. These are the acts that are captured and called the acts of Shri Ram or Ram Charit Manas. Dear friends, I want to thank all of you for coming tonight. First night, we always something or the other. Luckily, we managed to be here. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight to join with our Pitaji, Pandit Baljit, who not only he and his children and grandchildren have a love, but his mother gave him the love of Ram Katha. Right, Panditji? Ma used to sing, Aji used to sing this Ramayan so nicely. She loved to listen to this Ramayan. And such an inheritance you have also gotten from him. I thank you for having me here tonight to do what I like to do best, and that is to read Ram Katha. May Bhagwan Ram bless you. Remember January 21st in America. Ram's Mandir will be opened up after hundreds of years in the very place where he showed Kausalya Mata his supreme, special, divine form. In that very spot, Ram's Mandir will be opened up once again after hundreds of years. It was under occupation and it is now free. And our saints and sages tell us, Hindus all over the world, even if you are not Hindu, to chant until the opening and beyond a special mantra. This mantra is called Shri Ram. Anybody know? Shri Ram Vijay Mantra. And what this mantra says, they tell us chant 1,000 times a day. We're not going to chant 1,000 times tonight. But I want you to, while you're going home tonight, and from now until January 21st, 22nd, and if you love it way beyond, keep on chanting Shri Ram Vijay Mantra. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri 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 Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Oh, Jaya Jaya Ram.
Thousands of saints and sages since 1993 have been chanting this mantra thousands and thousands of times every day, so that Ram Mandir will be built in Ayodhya. We will chant too, so Ram Mandir will complete. And we will also chant, and this Mandir we completed too. Bolo Siyapati Ramachandra ki!
Boliye Vyas Maharaj ki. Devotees, like I say, that it is very special for us to have such an opportunity to listen to the glories of Bhagwan Sri Ram. Listening to the glories of Bhagwan Sri Ram is like having a rope which is soft, rubbing against the side of the well, which is rock. The rope will rub constantly on the side of the well as you're pulling the bucket up with the water, only to know that you will see the mark of the rope on the side of the well. You will see after a while that the rope will cut its way into the rock. This is what the glories of Sri Ram does to us. When we listen to the name, anybody tonight can make a rough estimate how many times you have listened to it. Anybody? How many times have you listened to the name of Sri Ram tonight? Saints and sages, even Bhagwan Shiva himself, sat down and chanted the name of Ram repeatedly. Tonight, without you putting in that effort, you also entered into that realm where Bhagwan Shiva himself dwelt, chanting the glorious name of Bhagwan Sri Ram. Tonight, we are indeed blessed to have this opportunity. Oh.
Oh, no.
Devotees,
I do not want to take up too much of your time, but firstly, I would like you to know that this yajna that is going on here for this week, it is my children, grandchildren, all of them hard work, and all of them desire to bring this great Vyas that we are having here. And so they asked me that who you want to bring. Pandit Ramnarain asked me, well, who you want to bring to do yajna? He said, our Vyas, I friend with him, and I love him. And he is very much with us, and I would like him to come. And so devotees, we invited him, and so I want you all to know that his talk is so much wonderful. His talk tonight, I don't know how much you all will take, but his talk tonight based upon Bhagwan Ram. If we live into this world and we do not develop devotion, love for Bhagwan, then we are into this world for no purpose, I will say, devotees. That is all his talk tonight about the greatness of Bhagwan Ram. And we must always remember Bhagwan Ram is there to take care of us. As I'll tell you a little things now, you know, there is a piece of diamond under the ground, and many people trample on it. But devotees, a person found the piece of dirt and he went to a jeweler and he said, can you tell me, is this thing have value? He said, man, this is a very valuable piece of thing. This is a piece of diamond you have here. So devotees, many people do not know the greatness of Bhagwan Ram, what he's telling us here. Only special people will know about Bhagwan Ram. So just like only the jeweler can tell them, what is this? This is a piece of diamond you have here. This is not dirt you have here. This is what he's telling us here. And so devotees, we are very fortunate to have him here. And not only that, but he's blessing our Mandir. And our Mandir will be more blessed by his great prayer and preach and all to us. So we are very thankful of having Vyas with us here tonight. Thank you.
Well, I don't think Dad would have expected a better birthday gift than to have Yak. You know, I've been observing him, and you know, you realize that Dad is really, really, really sharp, and despite his age, his sharpness is always prevalent. It's always there. And I think it's only because, you know, he gave Kanda and Devo and Arun a chance to shine as Pandits. But he can still outshine them so many times. But, you know, it is only his grace that he gave them a chance to become, you know, gallant as they are. So it's a blessing to have him and to let him enjoy what he enjoyed the most. This is the manner in which, you know, we would like for him to enjoy what he does the best. So Bhagwan's blessings. And once again, you know, for Panditji mentioned You know, our Aji was very special in so many ways, and I have her Ramcharitramana's home. And she read every single word from cover to cover more than once. She has been an inspiration to Dad, and he will tell you so many times more. And she has been an inspiration to me as well, and definitely the rest of them that are here, who are able to see her in her real moments. But Bhagwan blessing to her as well. So once again, thank you very much. I will not keep you later. We'll stand for concluding Aarti, and Pandit Ganesh give the green light, and yes.
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री कामत ब्रह्मा कित मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि कल्पी ज्ञान विशारद कामत ब्रह्मा कित मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि ज्ञान विशारद सुख संसार शेष अरुषारद वरनि पवन सुत आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश चावन चक्र समग्रंथ संतोरस गावत वेद पुराण अष्टदश चावन संतोरस मुनि जन धन संतन को सर्वस सारंस सम्मत सब रीति आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की गावत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुभट संभाव मुनि ज्ञानी गावत संतत शंभु भवानी अरुभट संभाव मुनि ज्ञानी व्यास आदि कवि भंज भटानी काकभूषण करो देहि आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे करल दसिया की आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति करे परिमल हरदि बिसर समीति सुभाग सिंगार मोती जो प्रतीति
परिमल हरदि बिसर समीति सुभाग सिंगार मोती जो प्रतीति
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति करे कलवित आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति करे कलवित आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति करे ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय राम
ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम अशु गोविंदा जय गोपाला अशु गोविंदा अशु गोविंदा जय गोपाला अशु अशु मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला अशु मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला ओम अशु मुरली मनोहर गोपाला ओम अशु मुरली मनोहर गोपाला ओम अशु गोविंदा जय गोपाला अशु गोविंदा गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा मन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा राधा मन हरि गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय मुकुंद माधव गोविंद केशव माधव हरि हरि गोविंद मुकुंद माधव गोविंद मुकुंद माधव गोविंद केशव माधव हरि हरि राम राम ओ राम राम ओ राम राम ओ कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो कृष्णा कृष्णा बोलो शिव शिव बोलो Govind Bo Keshav Bhagav Hari Hari Keshav Bhagav Hari 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 Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari We thank God, Vyaasji, very much. And before I conclude your prayer, I want to ask you to come again tomorrow night. You know what he says? Suni samajahi munintamana majahi ati nirag lahi chad par achit tanu sadhu samaj prayag. In this holy place, as he recites the Ramayan, so beautiful to us. Please come. He said, those who listen with a pure and a kind heart will win the 4 fruits of life. So tomorrow night, please bring some friends with you and listen. I listened to Pandit Rishi or Vyaasji hundreds of times. And not one time I forget, I enjoy all his time. Let's put our hands together and pray. Univa Mata Shapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Jasakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidyadharinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Rahinam Janajanam Yadhojitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Kadastami Bala Bala Madamaho Adashaneva Sigram Padasarojana Avahi Bhakti Sarasata Sangasya Padrama Chandra Ki Jai Sharanam Prabhu Without Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaram Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Om Yam Shanti Antarishabam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Akash Roshadaya Shanti Vanaspati Shanti Vishwadeva Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvabham Shanti Shanti Deva Shanti Sama Shanti Devi Hari Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Friends of Sri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Umapati Mahadev ki Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai. Friends of Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Vyas Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you very much, Pandit Ganeshji. And devotees, Vyaasji says, well, he always say that Radhaji insists, and he says, Radhaji says he cannot start the yagna tonight without giving a donation. He made his donation tonight of $520. So we would like to thank Vyaasji. Every time we meet on occasions like these, he's been writing checks again and again and again during his year last year. And we just had a yag, Baji Devo, Bahenji Sheila, was here last year. Again, he made a donation there. That's, so should I say, a couple of weeks back. And again, so Panditji, we are indeed grateful for your donations. Well, you know, the donation is looking like steel outside. So, you know, for as long as the Mandir stand and those steel would be standing over Bhagwan's head, blessings will come to you and your family. Bhagwan blessings always. Thank you. You may take your arati, your chanbrit, and your prasad. And Bhaji Kishore showed me a beautiful bhajan related to Panditji's Katha, you know, glorifying Kaushalya Devi. And, you know, I couldn't let him singing before we take the arati because I do not want you to be, you know, delayed much, but we will listen to it as you are getting your arati at your tournament. Thanks.
Shri Ram, Kaushalya Dhunare Ram. Ram Shri Ram, Dashrath Pyare Ram. Shri Ram, Sita Ram, Raghupati Raghav Raja. चोर कर सारे पागलपन राम गुण गाए मेरे चोर कर सारे पागलपन राम गुण गाए मेरे मन राम श्री राम राम श्री राम दशरथ प्यारे राम श्री राम सीता राम रघुपति राघव राम कथा शिव पुनि पुनि गाए जग जननी के मन अति भाए ब्रह्मा गणपति गणनारद ने तन में किया श्रवण चोरी कर सारे पागलपन राम गाए मेरे राम श्री राम कौशल्या दुलारे राम श्री राम दशरथ प्यारे राम श्री राम सीता राम रघुपति राघव राम नाम के मिले सहारा जन्म मरण से हो छुटकारा माया में मत उलझ मत कर अपना जीवन छोड़ कर सारे पागलपन राम गुण गाए मेरे मन राम श्री राम कौशल्या दुलारे राम श्री राम दशरथ प्यारे राम श्री राम सीता राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
Please have something to eat, and thank you all for coming. Please come tomorrow.